Okay, good morning, student. So today we can start with the module number 5th, that is an Enterprise Java edition. So in the Enterprise Java edition, so we can see that there is a one type of component, nothing we can call it as a server side component types. So it is very important for the examination of point of view. So in the examination, they will ask what is session bin and what are the server side component types. So it is very important topic today we have discussed here. So before starting the components type in the server side, so first we know that what is a session bin. The session bin, it perform the operations for the client and it encapsulate the a business logic only, and it can be invoked by local, remote, and the web service client. So remote is nothing but an RMI, that is a remote method invocations, and locally by using the local server, and also by using when we are going for the internet, so we can go for the web service. So what is this server session bin? It is an encapsulate business logic. It can be invoked by the locally or remotely or a web services client. So what is the purpose of using server session bins? So it can be used for a calculating database access, etc. So this is, we can call it as a session bin. When you're using the session bin, it is a life cycle of a session, whatever the session will be, and maintained by the application server. So this application server, we can call it as an EJB container. Container is nothing but a database. This life cycle of session will maintain the application server, nothing but an EJB container. When you're using the session bin, is an EJB version 3.0, or we can using 2.1, is an enterprise edition. So this session bin component created by the client. So the client will created the EJB component for the use of a single client or a single server session when during the session of the bin. So a session bin, it perform some of the specific operation for the client, because we have already know that this session bin component used for calculating or accessing the database. So this session bin perform operations for the client, and all through a session bin can be transactional, means transaction, and it is not a recoverable should a system failure occurs. For an example, if you calculating some of the process in our database, so during the session of the session bin perform operations, if it is any system failure, so it is not recoverable when the system failure occurs. So this is the concept we have using the session bin. When the session bin, we have to create it by using an object. That object either by a stateless or stateful. So in the next slide, we can see by what is the stateless and what are the stateful EJB operations. So stateless and stateful is maintaining a conventional state across the method we can call, and if the session bin maintains the state, whatever the message of this state, if it is an object, it must be removed from memory. So that, however, the session bin object itself must manage its own persistency of data. So this type of object will maintain in our persistency data of our own stateless or stateful session bin of object. So then the question will arise, then what is the use of session bins? So main concept of using session bin, a session bin is represent, you should already know that it is a single client inside the application server. So the EJB stateless or stateful, the session bin fully depend on application server. So when you access this type of application, so we have to deploy on the server the client invoking this sessions method. So this is the help of using session bin. And this session bin perform work for its client and shield the client for complexity by executing the whatever the business talk we have to invoke inside the server. So this is the use of a session bin. Understood? So this is, we can call it as a session bin usage. So session bin usage means it is a single site inside the application server. It fully depends on application server. If the application server is not work, so that is a main disadvantages of using session bins, because it is invoked the session bins method in the client side only. So it perform only for the client, and whatever the complexity by executing the business talk, that should be invoked inside the server. So this is, we can call it as the use of session bin. Then how to create a session bin? So this is it is a step-by-step process. So you can carefully see that. So first we have to create a session bin. So right click on the session bin demo project. That is, what is the name of the session bin? That is a session bin demo project. So you just right click on that session bin demo project and select, the pop-up will appear as a new, and we can take an as an others. If the new file window is arise, then we have to select a category of enterprise Java bins, and the file type is session bin. When you click the session bin of right click it, then we have to select a local as the option. Hello.
हाँ सर.
ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು? Hello students. ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಇವಾಗ ಜಸ್ಟ್ 1 ನಿಮಿಷನೂ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ.
ಹೌದಾ? ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಬಿನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ನಾ?
ಹಾ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗಿಲ್ಲಿ ಅನೇಬಲ್ ಟು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂತು. ಈಗ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಾ, ಹೌ ಟು ಡೂ ದ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಎ ಸೆಷನ್ ಬಿನ್?
ಹಾ ಸರ್, ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್.
So how do I create a session bin? So there is a step is there. So when you create a session bin, so we have to give the name of the session bin. That is, the name is a session bin demo project. So we can just right click it and select the new one. New is a other folder. So the new file window will appear, and then we can select the category of enterprise Java beans, and a file type of is session bin. So once the session bin type, file type is selected, then you can just click the local as an option for creating the interface. So this is the create a session bin. Okay. So it is very important in the next topic. So there is a three types of primarily which we have to briefly describe below the EJB. So the EJB session bin has a three types. The one is the session bin. Second one is an entity bin. The third one is a message driven bin. So it is very, very important. I think the examination will ask what are the type of EJB session bin. So first one is the session bin, entity bin, and message driven bin. So this message driven bin we can also call it as an MDB. So we can go for the first one is the session bin. The session bin store a data of particular user for a single session. So you can already know that the session bin is a single client information to store the data, whatever the session bin will be storing. So in the session bin, it can containing or it can be a stateful or stateless. It is less resource incentive as when you compare to the second of the entity bin. The session bin get destroyed as soon as when the user session terminates. So this is the description of session bin. What is session bin? We can store the data of particular user for a single session. It may be a stateful or stateless, and it is less resource incentive when you are comparing to the entity bin, and the session bin get destroyed as soon as when the session of the user terminates. So this is, we can call it as a session bin. And the second one is an entity bin. This entity bin represent persistent data storage. So user information data can be saved in our database via the entity bin, and later on we can be retrieved from database in the entity bin. So this is the usage of entity bin. So entity bin is represented by persistency of the data. Once the user data will be stored in the database via the entity bin, and later we can retrieve from data from entity bin. And finally, that is a message driven bins is used in the context of JMS. What is JMS? That is the Java messaging service. So this Java message service we have to using in the message driven bin. It can consuming JMS message from external entity, whatever you act accordingly. So this message driven is very important. It is used for the contest of JMS, and once the JMS of contest will be consuming the message from the external entity and act accordingly. Though this is, we can call it as a message driven. So we can go by one. The first one is the session bin. The session bin we can also call it as a business logic process object. So session bin we can also call it as a business logic process object, and they can represent the business logic of the system, and their lifetime is usually an entire session. When a session is done, means the session bin is expired. That is, the session bin instance exit as long as the specific user is using the system. So these are the important points to be remembered when you write the session bin. The first point is, it is a business logic process object and represented the business logic of the system, and their lifetime is usually enter the session when the session bin is expired, and the instance of session bin exit when as long as the user specific are using in the system. So there is a two type of session bin. You can already know that in the previous slide. That is, the one is the stateful and another is the stateless. So subtype of session bin is, so that is EJB stateless bin and EJB stateful bin. So we can go by one. The first one is an EJB stateless bin. A stateless bin means it is a type of enterprise bin which is normally used to do the independent operations. So it is very important point to be remember when you write a stateless bin. So it is the enterprise edition and it is normally used for the independent operations. And when using the stateless session bin, as per the name is suggested that, and it is always associated with the client state. And the name of the session does not have any associated client state, but it can preserve it the instance of state. Means instantly we can create the instance of state. Then EJB container normally creates a pool of few stateful bins object and use this object to process the client request. So it should be fully depends on the client request. So we have to create a some few of stateless bins of object. So once the stateless bin object will created, so we have using this object variable values are not guaranteed to become to same across the method whatever you call. So this is a stateless bin. And some of the following step we are required to create a stateless EJB. The first is we have to create remote or locally by using interface exposing the business method. The second one, this interface exposing business method will used by the EJB client application. So once the client application will be used, so we can using a local annotation, that is an add local annotations if EJB client is the same environment where EJB session be to be deployed. And when using add remote annotation, so remotely RMI, if the EJB client in the different environment, So depends upon the client applications. So the remote annotation of the EJB will be act like accordingly the environment where the EJB session will be deployed. And finally, we have to create the session bin implementing the above interfaces by using the business method. So these are the following the step. So we have to create the stateless EJB. The second one, that is the stateful bin. A stateful session bin is a type of enterprise bin which preserve the conventional state with the client. So whereas the session bin, the stateless bin is independent operations, but the stateful session bin is the conventional state with the client side. And the stateful session bin, as per its name, always keep associated with the client state in the instant variable. But whereas the stateless bin, the name does not have any associated with the client state, whereas the stateful bin, the name always associated with the client state whenever we have to create the instance of variable. And EJB container, create a separate stateful session bin to process the each request. And as soon as the request scope is over, once the process of the stateful session is over, then the stateful session will be destroyed. So some of the following steps to be required when you creating the stateful EJB. First, we are creating the remote or local interface, exposing the business method. And this interface will be used by the EJB client application. Once the application is created, then we have to using add local annotation and local remote annotation. When you using the local annotation, the name of the stateful environment, it is always associated with the EJB session. And once the EJB session is over, it can be deployed. When you're using add to remote annotation, if the EJB client is in the different environment, so where the EJB session will be deployed. So once the EJB annotation and add to local annotation is deployed, so we have to create the stateful session will be implement the above interfaces. So this is by using, one is the stateful and another is the stateless. So in the examination will ask, what is session bin? How many types of session bins are used in the EJB Enterprise Edition? So in the asking, first you should write the what is session and when the use session bin using and how to create and what is session bins and type of session bin by using stateless and stateful. And also you should write the following steps to be required to create this stateless EJB and also the stateful EJB. And the second is most important, second and third. So I think there is the fourth slide is there. So first EJB message driven bin, that is method MDB. This message driven bin is a type of enterprise bin. It is always invoked with the EJB container. Means it acts like a database. That is a database is nothing but an EJB container. When it is received the message from the queue or a topic, means one by one, the process will be continuously one by one. So when you're receiving the message from the queue from the database or the topic from the database. So this MDB is a stateless bin and used to do the talk asynchronously. So asynchronously means randomly, or we can call it as, so we can execute multiple things at a time, and we don't want to finish executing the current things in order to move on the next one. So randomly we can check and execute. So we can call it as an asynchronously. So there is a steps to be demonstrated by using the MDB. The first step, we can create a table in database. Second step, we can create the entity class corresponding the particular table. Step 3, we have to create the data source. Whatever you create in the data variables, and we can using the persistency of that particular unit. And fourth step, we can create a stateless EJB and having the entity manager instance. And the fifth one, we can update the stateless EJB and add the method to add the record and get the record from the database via the entity manager. Without entity manager, we cannot access the data from the MDB. And then we have to create the query by using the queue named book queue in the JBoss default application directory. That is a Java Boss default application directory. We have to create the query in the queue named as a book queue. Once the JBoss default application directory is created, so we have to using the console based application for the client and will be send the message to this queue. And once they create the MDB has created, so we will use the stateless bin for using the persistency, the client data. Once the EJB container are using in the JBoss, so we will call the above MDB and pass it to message that client will be sending to. So what is the use of using MDB means? We have receiving the message from queue or topic. So queue is nothing but a book queue. So in that book queue, we have to create in a JBoss default application directory. So this is by using the EJB message driven bin. And the third one is that is an entity bin. So entity bin we can also call as a business data object. And it represents the data often the data persistency, and it managed through the database using JDBC. So entity beans is nothing but a business data object. And this entity bin represents the data in the system. There is a sum of the points to be remembered. First, we have to addition the entity bin, whatever you use to search for, modify, create, and delete the data. Once the data business data object will be created in the entity bin of the database in the JDBC. So first we can addition. So this addition of the entity bin will be used for searching the data, for modifying or creating or deleting the data. And the second point, usually this data it reside in the relational database. Means once the data will be modified or created or deleted, it is something is related to the another table. Means it reside in the relational database. And each entity bin typically represent a single row in some of the data. Then how to find out the database in the JDBC in the entity bin means, and it is represented the whole a single one row. So once the entity bin has instantly exit as long as the data is being used. So once the data will be accessed, so as long as the data being used. When the EJB client is done with the instance, the entity bin instance usually returns the bin tool. And finally, the client for entity bin is typically as a session bin. So since the behavior user usually involves the manipulation of the data, means when we are using the client data, so we can use to involves to manipulating the of that data in the database. So this is, we can call it as an entity bin. So today I can stop here. So tomorrow we'll start with then the EJB, the Java persistency model. So today we can complete the server side component types. Then what is the session bin? Then what is the use of using session bin? How to create the session bin? Types of session bin, entity bin, and message driven bin. So in the session bin containing stateless and stateful, and how to create the stateful bin in EJB, and what is the use of using message driven bin, and also the entity bins. Okay, so any doubt? Okay, today I can stop here. So tomorrow we'll start with the persistency model of EJB in Java. So tomorrow I will send the second module test at 2:30. So all of you write this module number 2 questions and send in the Google Classroom. So exactly 2:30 I will send the question paper for module 2. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.